Good morning, class. How are we doing? It is great to be with you guys. Hope you had a good long weekend. Maybe got to do something with your family. So I'm gonna go over a couple assignments for the week that we got going. Last week we looked at our time log and kind of how we're spending our time. This week we're going to be kind of looking into, okay, now we kind of know how we're spending our time. We can see it on paper. Now what does that mean for us? And is that how we actually want to be spending our time? So what you're going to do for this first assignment, the time log reflection, is you're going to be opening up grabbing your time log that you filled out last week. So yours should be like this, but filled out. And then you're going to be going to this time log reflection. You're going to open this analysis up. You can you can watch the videos before this, and then it'll give you maybe some ideas too. So this is just some videos about time management help. So you're going to open up, click on this time log analysis. It takes you here to this worksheet. So you're going to be looking back and forth. Okay, you're going to be, how much time did I spend getting ready every day? How many minutes did I spend reading? This is per day, right? I spend blank hours and minutes per day at school. So maybe instead of at school, you could say like in virtual classes. Okay, and then you're just going through the list of how much. So you're looking back on here, saying, okay, how much time did I spend? Then per day. Okay, so you can kind of average out your days, and then you're looking through here and filling that out. So that'll give us kind of a snapshot of like where your time is at, what you're doing with it. Okay. Then you'll come down here, fill out some of these questions. So it's set up into like 3 different columns. So you have main question, follow-up question number 2. So you just click in here and you can just type away. Okay. During what time of day do you do most of your studying? What is the best? Okay. This one down here, number 4, I really want us to focus on actually. Was there anything that you needed or wanted to do but could not find the time for? So this is kind of what I want us to be thinking about. Like, how are we spending our time? And like maybe where are we spending a lot of time? And that's maybe taking away from other things that we want to do or could be doing that maybe would be more beneficial for us. And maybe, doing some different kind of thing. So then if you didn't get to do something you wanted to, how'd that make you feel? And what kept you from doing this activity? So we're kind of looking at like challenges or barriers to completing those kinds of activities or those things that you wanted to do. Maybe it was, I wanted to read more, but I didn't because I was scrolling through TikTok. Or maybe it's I wanted to, go visit. Well, we shouldn't really be visiting people, but maybe it's like, I wanted to go exercise, but instead I was, had to do something else or had to watch a video from my teacher. Just kidding. No, you have to do that. Okay. Then you're going to come down here and you're going to look at barriers and solutions. So a barrier is like an obstacle or a challenge or a difficulty to managing your time. Okay, so you're going to think, okay, what are some barriers that I had to managing my time? Maybe having your phone right beside you, so you always get lost on your phone. Or maybe it's that it's not like you can't fully control your time because you're still, you're in 7th grade and my parents kind of tell me what to do and how to do it. Maybe it's that you slept in too long or didn't sleep enough, and so then you're tired and so you can't focus. Okay, and then you're going to be looking over here. So just brainstorm and list as many as you can. And then over here, you're going to be thinking about solutions. Okay, I'm always getting distracted by my phone, so I'm wasting my time. So I'm going to put my phone away when I am trying to study, or from 10 to 12 o'clock in the morning is when I'm really focused on school. I'm going to put my phone in a different room so I can just focus on what I need to do. Or maybe it's I'm not sleeping enough, so I want to have a good schedule for sleep. Okay, and that's the reflection part. That's the time log analysis. And then you'll turn that back into Google Classroom. Hopefully you can spend some time really thinking about how you're using your time and how you would like to use your time. And yeah, I look forward to you guys kind of analyzing this, thinking critically about how you're spending your time. I think especially now that we have less things that we have to go to, less scheduled things. There's not sporting, you're not doing sports right now. We're not really doing extracurriculars outside of the house as much. So you have a lot of responsibility, right, to kind of manage your time well if you want to progress and do the things that you want to do. So, and this is also going to help us as we look into our next assignment, which is about goals. So we can look at how are we spending our time? How would we like to spend our time, or what would we like to be doing with our time? And then we could set some goals around that. So this first time log, do this first, and then next you're going to look at the goals assignment, and that will be a good opportunity to kind of use this reflection and then put it into practice. Okay, shoot me an email if you have any questions, or we can do a Zoom or a Google Meets or whatever you need. And make sure that your time log is also filled out before you do this. If you have to kind of like think back and say, okay, what did I do on this day, or kind of how did I spend my days, then you could fill in your time log and make sure that gets turned in. I think most of you got it turned in, but yeah, let me know. Thank you. Aloha.